To game number 3 now. Here we go. We got the initial bans: Warbeast, Madman, Dr. Repulsor, and Flux. Riftwalker not banned. We've been seeing that a lot today against. Whoa, actually, it's picked up by Mint. Interesting. Kind of threw me off for a second.
That's what I was,
What?
yeah, I don't think Mint have been playing a lot of Rift. But have you? Do you know?
Oh, are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Whoa.
Okay, he
Okay,
seems to know something that we don't.
Before the times of Root of God, there was a player named Serenia who played Riftwalker a million games in a row in TMM. This is probably his favorite hero. Like, no joke, just straight up favorite hero.
All right. Well, he's gonna try to show us then today that it's not just Root of Z. Because yeah, I honestly can't say I ever even knew that or they even hit me. So that's interesting though. We'll see if. I mean, they first picked that hero, man. That's first pick material. You like? I mean, hey, he's the captain. It's clearly that's something that they think is going to bring them victory here. So we'll see if it does or not. They got Magnus and Glacius on top of that, so already some pretty good synergy kicking in there. It's safe to say. But yeah, Kraken, Puppet Master, and Valkyrie. Is that the same? Yeah, literally the 3 same heroes so far for Willowkeeper.
I think Tree's better off in this draft again. I'm a little bit like Iceland Gogo as someone who, like, when I play with Mao or Keizu and we play against Mint or the Old Dawn, you will have like this nagging voice constantly going, "Oh my god, Iceland Gogo is so annoying. Oh my god, Iceland Gogo Ophelia. He's sitting in my lane. He's so annoying to play against." And just he's just known to be like this super annoying jungle player. And I don't know why they're passing up on both Parasite and Ophelia here. I'm really, really surprised.
Yeah. If this was Sync Esports, yeah, those would have been snatched up pretty quickly. Probably even banned.
Tremble would have been first picked. Goddamn, can't say hero. That Warbeast.
Seriously.
Hero sucks, man. Tremble and Warbeast. Freaking terrible.
Oh, yeah, man.
never
Worst
ban
heroes
those.
in the game.
Don't ban those.
It's awful. Keizu has no clue how to play them, so.
Yeah.
Banning phase, final ban in fact. Silhouette, Behemoth, Clanks, Engineer, and Swiftblade. And so yeah, the final ban here.
Man, talking of a hero that has really fallen off Silhouette, man. Like,
I don't think she ever really was a, like, she was kind of a flavor.
She was hype,
hero.
yeah, maybe a flavor, but she was like on the hype train, and then I guess maybe she gets
I
banned
still
out.
think she's one of those heroes too that's like every now and then we'll see her. She's not a top tier. She's also not just a never again either. So, but yeah.
Okay, I was on the hype train.
I know, yes, you do that a lot. You're on a lot of hype trains.
Oh, baby! Talking of hype trains.
Speaking of the hype train, here's another one of those. Carrier Curse coming out. Maybe.
No way, though.
Probably
This
not.
is a supporter curse for sure. Yeah.
This is before we get in. This is the Valkyrie curse offline I was talking about to you, Breaky, in a little bit earlier today. I'm pretty. I mean, I've seen Root and Boxy play this like in TMM all the time. They've been practicing it quite a bit, and it's quite frustrating because obviously if Valkyrie plays in the offlane, then normally you can just box him out quite simply. But whereas with the curse sitting behind him, you can't man up against him. So Valkyrie's inevitably going to get farm. And although curse doesn't do much, he just sort of sits behind him. It can have a big impact. Like they've picked up 3 of their cores already: Valkyrie, Kraken, and Puppet. So a curse has to be a secondary support. And seeing of what they've been playing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Valkyrie a curse offline.
See, that's the strength of it. But you, literally the same stuff you said, you can look at it and go, alright, well, what if we just put a solo level farm against it? Then suddenly Tree are committing 2 heroes, Valk and a Curse,
true,
to a lane that is going to farm no matter what. Like, Valkyrie would have just straight up farmed anyways, and, you know, it's not like Valkyrie Curse has a crazy kill potential, so you can just put, like, a Hag there, and Hag would free farm. But they go with Draconis, who has never ever won a game since 2012.
That's not impressive. Quincy impression there.
That's really true though, because it's not like a curse is going to like box X carry player out either. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Draconis. I mean, it's in my mind, it's clear that whether they're just all about team fight AOE. That's what this comes down to with a hero pick like Draconis. So, but yeah, I know you're a little bit of a joke there, but at the same time, a little bit something to it that Draconis is not necessarily winning games left and right here. Voodoo Jester. All right, so Tree coming through with some fun picks. That's for sure. They usually know how to do that best.
I guess it's going to be a 2-on-2 here from Tree. Yeah, support Voodoo Jester.
I support Valk here.
Really?
Well, again, they haven't readied it up, so we'll see.
Yeah, Yeah, Tree always do this with running defensive tri lane and then put him in the jungle after Puppet Master goes jungle. Oh,
Oh my god!
what is this game? This game is insane.
Well, more
back.
team fight. Yeah, welcome back, Chrono. Somebody finally figured it out again. No. Now again, it's so now that we're seeing him again. This was the hero of 2013 or last season more so. But the biggest change to him that really did it for him was that ultimate nerf and how everyone outside does what is it 25% less damage?
20, I think it's 20.
Yep.
20%. It's around 25. Okay.
25.
Oh, it's 25.
Point being, it hurt him
play
quite a
cancer.
bit. Yeah, 25% reduced damage for targets outside of the field. So it's not as impactful as before.
No, I was right. Don't worry. Bruce on the curse. Ha!
it?
Insane. You're wrong.
There
Suck
you
it.
go.
I'm joking.
There you go.
I've got to be right at something insane. Come
You
on.
win the
man.
internet.
No. Okay, you were right, but I think Tree went wrong. See, that's where I win.
There you go.
That is.
I feel like they would have gotten more here out of farming a curse than a support Valkyrie.
What's that?
The Valk in this game, like, it's probably not gonna get like. I think mid are smart enough to just dodge this curse dual lane long lane, and if they do so, then it's gonna be completely useless. And by picking Kronos, it's a really good option to do so because Kronos can literally just sit there and he's not gonna have any problems with it at all. However, they picked Draconis, and back in NK, we ran this hero a lot. Haxorn loves Draconis, and we never won. So even though like the other 4 heroes to me are just amazing and I love them and I want to see like that this is something I really like, just because they have Draconis, I feel like their draft is now utter garbage. Hero just doesn't win.
Yeah, I mean, I also think there's a little bit of counter synergy as well. Like, we were talking about the 25% reduction in damage from Chronofield, and then they've got a lot of AoE synergy, like Magmus, Glacius plus Riftwalker. Most likely, it's going to be probably a start of initiation with the Chronos. He's going to pop like a Chrono on 2 or 3, and then Mag and Riftwalker will follow up, but they're going to do a lot less damage because of the nerf, obviously. So.
No, not really. If you think
No?
about it, because they both jump into the ulti, so their damage technically will be done inside of the ulti, so I don't think they get affected by it.
What about Riftwalker? Does that... Yeah, you're right.
That's a good
actually.
Yeah,
point,
it does
yeah.
damage when she lands, so the damage shouldn't be reduced.
It's just
Yeah, no, you're
Draconis' damage.
Yeah,
is the
no,
only one
you're right,
really.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, 100%
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
This
that's
is
fair.
they're messing up their laning phase again though. They're matching this tri lane against a dual lane, which they don't have any chance to kill. And once again, similar to like how the DS got massive impact because of how Mint laned it, this Curse is gonna be like dream pick now for Tree, and this really sets up 2 other lanes to win really hard.
Whoa,
Both
Chrono's
bottom.
bottom lane. Look at that. I mean, boxed out pretty heavily. Has that rewind and kind of rocking right there even, but still able to push him out of the lane quite effectively. But yeah, Curse, I don't even know if he's definitely seen by now, but he was hiding.
It doesn't
under
matter
the
if he's
beginning,
seen.
at least.
He's
Yeah.
literally just going to sit behind him. If he needs the fire shield, then they're going to give it to him, and that's about it. He's a little bit of out. No, he should be fine.
Yeah, very good against a hero like Glacius, you know. If it's frozen, I'll just give you a shield, and there you go.
I think they're playing a
They're
little bit
gonna
too
win.
aggressive. I think
Whew.
a little bit too aggressive, though. I think maybe or not.
Yeah, Valkyrie's in trouble. Valkyrie's in a lot of trouble. She doesn't have a
Oh
lead.
no, she's still there. Oh.
She's dead trouble. She throws it in the air. They get the kill to Glacius, but Iceland Gogo picks up the kill first. Another Glacius sale on flash sale. Oh, boy.
I
Anyways.
just think they play that far too aggressive. Like all Akash has to do is sit behind him if he needs him. But that was a little bit too aggressive. Like they committed themselves very much for that kill. And I guess they got it, but.
All right.
I guess they're playing against a tri lane though, so again a kill 2v3 is still decent, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they should win this lane though. Honestly, the dual lane of Tree is stronger than the tri lane straight up. Like if they don't overextend, they just play the smart, harass, and play it slowly. They're gonna outlevel the tri lane, and they're just gonna be able to kill them. There really shouldn't be any kill potential here for the Hellborn side. If Glacius ever manages to get a freeze, instant shield, and then arrow to follow it up even, or anything, but just pressure him out of the lane. So that's kind of a bad play from Boxy, to be honest, to be in that position to start.
Look at Kronos here, taking some good damage once again, and a couple of rewind procs though, and again that's definitely the power of the hero, and gonna be fine in the long run. Zibby the one playing it, by the way. He's been playing the carry role for this team, it seems like, but Big Arlong filling those shoes here in this game.
One big thing though about this top lane though is that they didn't block the pull, and because of that, they're going to get the good farm and good gold on their supports, which is going to be hard to sort of win this lane now. Because if support's getting free gold and free experience, it's quite frustrating. I think they should just blocked it, but alas, they didn't.
That fire should explode. Actually, stole one of the creeps, and oh, they try to get the last one. So some creep wars coming on over here. Yeah, it's the last one. Nobody gets it. In the end, but yeah, they're applying some good pressure. I mean, Draconis is 10-4 right now. Valkyrie though 9-1. So again, Draconis not like he's doing a great job. Accursed, he's going to be collapsed on by the supports here. Somebody's going to be dying most likely. Who's it going to be is the question. He has a cauterize, has a fire shield, and there's a fire shield going off. Still has cauterize maybe for deny if necessary. Oh my god, he barely stays alive. I would have totally cauterized right there. Boxy actually gets a kill on a big R-Long, and now he's going to chase Riftwalker for another kill. That's a double tap for Boxy. Are we going to see hat trick? No, they're not going to chase Glacius. But hey, they'll be fine with a double tap.
Accursed, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Accursed Valkyrie lane.
Accursed in general. He's so and this is without his ultimate. It's like you think you have a kill on this hero, and it's just like you don't.
As I said though, they really should win this lane. Every time that Mint tries to go for play, this is what should happen. And when I was talking about DS in the last game, how if you have that, when DS heal is the difference between surviving and dying, then it's massive. And this is in this game, because Riftwalker doesn't really output a lot of damage or have any sort of reliable CC in the low levels, that shield is doing so much for them. Because they basically have no stun. The Glacier stun does nothing, and it doesn't even do damage, because it's damage over time, and the shield removes that. And so there really shouldn't be any way for Boxy to die. Effectively, they only got a Draconis nuke, combined with the Riftwalker spells to go through the 140 HP, or 110 actually, shield of Accursed. So they really don't have any reason to be afraid. Just play aggressive and they should be able to get kills like this every time an engagement happens.
Yeah.
I really like he's picked up a TP as well. And on a defensive support, that's the biggest thing, because you can TP to other lanes and sort of secure heals. Oh, Magnus.
Magnus coming in, so this could be something. Valkyrie has the leap, she uses it very quickly. That sets right into Magnus. Not the best one right there. And they're in a lot of trouble. Valkyrie and Accursed both still alive. Already used that fire shield, and they're both going to survive. Again, Accursed definitely helping to come through. Even with a poor leap right there, honestly.
Yeah. And double stun as well.
Yeah.
And they still survive.
Didn't matter. That's crazy. I mean, 4 heroes up there. They still can't get any kill. That's not good news for Mint right now, because Kraken's free farming middle. You got Puppet Master, of course, free farming bottom in the meantime. Again, it's going to come down to Labyrinth on Magnus, man. He's the one on the farm.
Just Mint, just setting up their lanes way too poorly here. They're not thinking it through at all, I feel. And honestly, I feel like they screwed up their draft again. They should have picked that Ophelia for Iceland Gogo. He's known to play it, and he's really, really good with it. So I don't see why not. I would love to hear the reasoning for it.
Yeah. Not going the jungle route, and yeah.
Accursed has got at one point in Fire Sphere. What's your thoughts on that?
The Seer builder? Yeah.
It applies when you nuke, right?
Yeah, it's ever since that change where it's affected by everything, I think that's definitely worth it, personally, so.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine. It's not the biggest deal. The shield does what it needs to do right now. The reduced cooldown doesn't really matter too much yet. I really hope he maxes it out, though, over Cauterize. I've seen a lot of people max out Cauterize over the Fire Shield, not really understanding that it actually gets half the cooldown. So basically you get 2 shields instead of just 1 in that same time. And it's really huge. So hopefully he does do that. But right now, I mean, they're in a great position to get a free farming Puppet Master and essentially a free farming Valkyrie up top. And Kraken's not doing bad mid, so they're getting everything they need here for Tree.
As you say that, though, Kraken actually did just get picked off right there. Good roaming coming out, and Glacius is a part of that, as well as Kronos even, so hoping to set up a kill onto him. Kronos actually coming to the top lane even. He's not level 6 yet, but with that leap, I mean, the leap alone, it's a pretty good slope, decent damage here, as well as, you know, throwing out some attacks for the bash proc. Could be beneficial, so. It feels
I still
like
think they're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
This isn't the lane they need to gank. Like, they're not being smart about it. If they're ganking bottom, they essentially have 3 seconds more to get the kill off instead of like up here when they go on a curse. Let's see if they can do it now. They should have the
actually
damage.
Kill a level 3 accursed.
Oh wow.
4 players. Yes, they have this, right? Deny maybe? Okay. They will kill him. I mean, it took 4 players, but hey.
And the crappy positioning on top of it.
So they do kill a curse, but now look at Valkyrie! Oh my god, big Arlong, if he falls right here, one more auto attack, leaps in, wants to kill it, gets the kill. Just like that, all of that is really nullified in a sense, and even worse now for Min. So, yeah, the poor decision making, not really helping things, but Tree also planned it very well themselves. That combo usually results in bad things, in this case for Mint.
They need a ward up here, though, I think. If they're running 2-on-2, they need to get some vision. But because if they had vision in the side lane or on the side, Kronos wouldn't be able to get that kill on the Cursed.
Yeah. No, but if Mint wants to have a chance on this game, they need to stop putting focus up here. This is like literally just playing into the Accursed, allowing Accursed to be super impactful. If they're ganking bottom, they just, or mid for that matter, just try pressure the lanes that is not a Cursed lane. The movement should be happening from Draconis, Riftblocker, and Glacius, not the Chronos. Chronos should be the one sitting here on lane and expecting movement from his team. So, poor decision making right now, and they can't keep going on like this. It's just gonna get worse and worse.
Yeah. Chronos, you know, getting a level 6 on him could be pretty impactful too. Again, even with the nerf to it, it's still a very powerful tool to use to try to get these kills. And they're trying something bottom lane, so they are going to try to... It's just a Voodoo Jester, though. Puppet Master not in the lane. They want to find Puppet, but he's obviously in the jungle. So they're going to go for Voodoo Jester. This is 100% a kill. A very quick one. Definitely can be satisfied with that, but Puppet Master cleaning up some stacks in the jungle in the meantime. So, yeah, not necessarily the biggest deal for them in the long run of things. And he actually has that Catman champion with the Whispering Helm, using that to...
Oh, top lane.
Oh, that farm. Oh, yeah, up here. Level 8 Valkyrie, she does not have her leap currently. Shield comes out. Then look at the slow from the creep. That is helping big time. They're kind of a little bit of luck, perhaps, but also just good timing. And keeping them alive. And now middle lane, Valkyrie, 5 seconds on the arrow. Gonna try to set it up, it looks like. You know it's coming. Just a matter of lining it up. You can do it, Boxy. Uh-oh.
I mean, if anyone.
Uh-oh. There goes Kronos. No, awkward timing. Kronos all of a sudden finds him, and there's a stun from Magnus. Uh-oh. Chronosphere comes out. Down goes one. Eruption channeled. Krake. He's able to charge away, though. Release the Kraken kept him in place. And at least he survived. So, yeah, just the timing right there. Literally went for the initiation right as Kronos spotted them. So, waiting a little bit too long there. So, Kronos.
Yeah, I mean, this is good, though. This is good. They're getting some kills, and this is basically what you do. If you're playing against the Cursed, you need to move around a lot. You want to be on multiple lanes at the same time. Because the lane that he is on, you're just not going to kill. So trying to apply pressure to so many places that he can't be everywhere at once is really the key to beating him. Because if he's not preventing those kills, then he's not really doing much. Because he's not applying any pressure. He's going to fall behind in levels, as you can tell already. He's only level 3. Because of the way the hero functions. You're just sitting behind a hero and waiting for him to get initiated on. So, as long as Mint keep up the movement, they could still get back into the game. Just need to make sure that they're on the lane that Accursed is not.
Now, what do you think about, speaking of Voodoo Jester on the topic here, Mojo got actually a pretty significant buff, in at least the radius especially, that it's applied. Do you think there's any justification that you could possibly look to even level that up over, say, the Acid Cocktail, or just the Q to E just too powerful together?
I think with the Q, I think QE combo is just too impactful. Like, and the W is more useful probably if you're maybe like pushing and you sort of reset in terms of your health. Like say for example, you took a team fight and then you want to start pushing. You want to have that maybe Mojo to reset your health. But in this sort of game, I don't think they're going to be looking to push. So I think QE is just better for the kill potential.
I kind of agree with Vinny Maggot, but for different reasoning. I think QE is stronger. But mainly because we have so much burst damage in Han. So the heal over time just doesn't feel so impactful. If you compare it to Rhapsody's Dance Floor, which is like, it does the same amount of damage at the same time as it's healing, and has a bigger AoE, it's kind of a lackluster skill. It actually does half the healing, I just looked it up. And it doesn't do damage. So it's a very weak ability as a whole. I think it just needs a number buff straight up. And the Q actually got a bonus 400 damage compared to what it used to be.
That's true, yeah.
It's only 50 damage for bounce, but total of 400 damage is quite a lot for a support hero to just pop out of nowhere. So I think you're kind of forced to go for this route. It's just, number-wise, not worth it. do anything else.
Now, we saw right there, while you were going over that, but we saw right there on screen at least that the Rev Ward down here at the bottom lane, MVP in the Rev Ward right there, because that spotted Puppet Master coming in with the Assassin Trail, the Valkyrie Prism as well. Initially, it looked like they might have gotten away, but the TP support, they eventually caught Puppet Master, and they eventually bursted him down. So that's a huge kill for Mint right there, slowing down any kind of momentum that Puppet Master has been picking up. And now in the middle lane, Glacius coming in with that Veiled Rot, so Mint making use of that Magnus. Needed to almost walked right back into it. But he is able to dodge it right there. There's a TP in middle lane of this Puppet Master, actually. Guess he may possibly be going to the jungle, though. So, but if anything, the more time they buy, of course, that means Draconis is going to start building up a little bit. He still has a ways to go, but working towards that Nullstone at least. And then eventually the Shrunken, and then eventually the Savage Mace or the Geometer's Bane, whichever route he likes, which seems like that varies from time to time. But I think the Savage Mace is just overall powerful choice for him. Those trio of items, and before you know it, he's just right-clicking people down in the AoE sense. Pretty powerful right there.
It is the key to the hero.
Yeah.
It always has been. When you get the Savage Mace, that's when you... I feel like it goes for all hard carries. When they pick up Savage Mace, they go from, you know, annoying, doing a lot of damage, to just tearing you apart if you don't kill him fast enough. But Draconis is one of those heroes that he really needs like 500 or 600 GPM to be able to fill his role. Because he needs to be tanky so he can stay in the middle of the fight, but he also needs to output damage to items. So he needs to have like a whole item advantage on whatever carry he's going up against normally. But if he does, he will be really, really strong. So they need to keep stacking these Ancients. That's how Zibba was doing it, and he's doing a good job of it. And this is the key for them. If trees start blocking it, oh no. Rest in peace.
Yep, Magnus. No, he gets away! The release of Kraken wasn't the best placement, but actually Magnus not going to get away in the end. Too much locked in hell. When 5 heroes are here, it's understandable. He could not get away. Labyrinth did his best, though. So, but yeah, Draconis is clearing up the Ancients. They do have good stacks in their jungle as well, but this could get dangerous because now they're pushing the middle lane. And I wonder if they're also going to roam into the Hellborn jungle and possibly take those out. That could be a huge resource advantage in favor of Tree if Mint's not careful about this. So they're just definitely going to give up this tower.
Yeah, so with Kronos obviously getting nerfed to his R, I mean, I still think the item build for Suicide Crisis would still be the same, particularly in this game as well. Like the staff into Resto Stone, because obviously like, a lot of the damage will most likely be inside the Chrono anyway. I don't know, is that still, do you think that's still the same item build inside here? Or do you think it would be different because of the ulti?
I think it depends on how fast he's going to be able to get it. Normally back then when we saw Kronos go Resto Stones, they would have it by 25 minutes. And ridiculous. In this game, yeah, I mean, Zib has been the one moving around. Because, like, it used to be Keizu, is the guy that comes to mind for me at least, who played Kronos every game. And he would have it by 25 minutes every game. No matter what, 25 minutes he would have that Resto Stone. But he's like generally not the player that moved as much as Zib has been doing this game. He's the guy that got the roams like made for him, so he was always able to farm quite a lot, and Zib has just been moving around too much. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that build off.
So where else would he go then? Because of it. What else?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But it's some kind of a carry build, I suppose.
Would you ever think maybe going like tablet just because they got Kraken? Or is that too
Mainly, honestly, in this game in particular, like the real, like if they manage to split push and avoid fights and get like to 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and be even on farm, the Accursed and Voodoo Jester aren't really gonna have the greatest impact. Whereas both Draconis and Chronos scale beautifully into that stage of the game. And if he goes for like a split push kind of build with maybe Wingbow and Geometer's Bane, that could have a lot of impact. And it's really strong against most of their heroes here. Both the Valkyrie to avoid arrows, Kraken's slow, Puppet's crowd control abilities. I think Geometer's Bane is a strong item here for him. But they would have to just split push and dodge, and it comes down to what kind of a playstyle they want to go for in this game.
Speaking of tablets, obviously very good to have against a hero like Kronos for that matter. As you're talking about him. Riftwalker, by the way, is in a scary spot right here. In comes the Kraken with that Veiled Rot. And oh, I think Riftwalker just misclicked his TP as well.
She's dead.
That's definitely a dead Riftwalker. I mean, definitely wouldn't have been able to TP out anyways, but I mean, that's going to be Akoda in bottom lane. Yeah, Zimmy goes down. So all of a sudden, a couple of pretty significant hero pickoffs for Tree coming out. Going to work off the farm with that. But yeah, getting tablets on the Legion side is what I was getting at. But, you know, I'm looking at this team. I mean, Voodoo Chester's not going to have it anytime soon. Fusa not getting great farm and, you know, spending on wards. I guess a Curse would have to be that option. And we'll keep an eye on when he gets that. But I was gonna say too, you know, something. How important would it be to get on a hero like even like a Kraken next item? You think is tablet like that significant to have against a Kronos?
Yeah. I think it's
sure
in pretty.
agree.
What else would you say Curse could get though? Astrolabe?
I mean, for a curse.
A cursed,
sure,
yeah. No, I was talking about
Oh,
Kraken.
no, not for a Kraken. I think that's just he has to like. I think he needs more core items are more important, like Soulsable work. Obviously, we saw the Resto Stone, which was the build from Labyrinth in Game 1, which I really like. Yeah, I think it's too. He's got too many core items that he needs to sort of deviate to pick up a tablet in this game. I think for a Curse, I mean, a Curse is not farming too bad if he's like 180 GPM. I think he'd eventually get a tablet, maybe.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Is it the case of, Magnus, he gets found right here and eventually killed off. Look at these aggressive wards that are coming out, if you see, all the way up here. And that's what got them that information to gank him. But getting, the idea of, like, say, when you're going up against a Jeremiah, you want to get a Nullifier Blade on somebody, sometimes it's just a little bit different than what they normally would do. So is it that case here against a Kronos, or really is you want to stay on the same build?
I'd say generally you're right, Ricky. That's what you would want. But because of the fact that they have a curse, and he will simply just shield the guy and heal the guy that they're going for inside of the Chronos field, they should be able to outlast it. Had the game been more even, and perhaps they had a more Chronos-suited draft with, I'd say, a different carry than Draconis that just outputs more damage in the early game, it probably would have been necessary. But in this specific game, because you have a curse, I don't think they need it.
All right.
What will a Curse go then instead if he doesn't pick up tablet?
No, a curse should still go for it. I mean, it's still his job to keep people alive.
You said that.
But Kraken doesn't need to go for it.
Yeah, alright, guys. I'll just leave this conversation. You just cast me insane in break.
You're stuck on this idea that we're trying to say cursed.
Wait.
Don't
So we're talking about tablet a curse, right?
Okay. Anyways.
Good job.
Anyways. Hellflower actually being worked on. So Balthazar continuing to go the more aggressive route here. Henry D, man, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. But yeah, Hellflower being worked on. So instead of something like say a Shrunken Head, and it kind of goes back to the idea of the Chronosphere. Obviously, Shrunken Head doesn't really mean much, and Draconis is still going to be doing plenty of right-click damage through it. So I guess you could argue that a Shrunken Head really not that necessary this game. But what do you guys think? Do you like the choice to go the more aggressive route as Conquer goes down, by the way? I didn't even pay attention to that, but there you go. And also, Alchemist Bones just picked up by Kronos, by the way, too. So Zibbe doing his Zibbe things here.
They're going to go late or try to go late. I mean, they can, so I guess they just picked up token on Draconis. They need to have a little bit more focus on split pushing, though. Because at the moment, they're sort of taking Ancients. I think they need to sort of somewhat trade in terms of looking to sort of pressure other lanes. Oh.
So first of all, let's start with that. Is there going to be action here? I mean, Voodoo Jester, okay, is TPing out. He's going to be fine. Okay, so the Alchemist Bones, let's start with that. The Alchemist Bones, okay, so it's to go late, but... So, yeah, that's the purpose, right? Like, it's just for pure farm. There's nothing here that I'm missing that's like, we've got a puzzle box or whatever, but...
It's going farm.
So,
like farm late.
Is that the best choice, then?
Okay, so here's how it works. If you go Alchemist Bones, you need to stay alive for 12 minutes straight before it pays off. Right? Like, that is pretty absurd, right? 12 minutes of split pushing against the Puppet Master and a Valkyrie Prism and Kraken without dying. But if he pulls that off, this is a huge buy. Because they need to go late game. It's the right, like, the thought process is right. They need to go for late game items. I would have probably preferred to see, like, the Geometer's Wingbow build because it applies more pressure to towers. You can use those illusions to pressure out lanes, you can use them for scouting, and it's just really high pressure. But if he pulls off these Alchemist Bones, he will be another hard carry. They will have another Draconis basically in the fight. So his idea is right here. I think his mentality is correct, but he really needs to play this well, and he needs to stay alive for a very long time. And I think he's the right man for the job, though.
Bottom lane, Puppet Master is no more. I mean, honestly, Magnus pretty much took care of business, but actually, Serenia, just in case with that wormhole coming in. And, well, Labyrinth actually got credit for it, so he made it happen. Kill steal attempt. Unsuccessful, though, but... so, yeah, that good catch onto a Puppet Master. And, again, Mint's really... Like, it was looking scary for them, man, early on in this game. Tree just seemed like, again, a lot of things were working for them. Draconis was getting nothing, but...
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was looking scary because they're losing a lot of towers here and there. But I think the biggest thing is that they can hold high ground very, very well. They've got insane amount of AoE. They've got Cronus, Magnus, Riftwalker, and obviously now Cronus with Token. Like, I don't think Tree is going to pressure high ground that soon anyway, particularly with the heroes that Mint have got. But yeah, going back to the Alchemist, I do definitely agree as well. Like, he has to play greedy, and Zibir is one of those YOLO players that just does what he thinks is right, and I think in this case it actually is. So, yeah, I like it as well.
I mean, also, again, the 3.6 patch, it did actually get some pretty cool buffs, too, with the experience gain now as well, so there's a little bit more reason for it as far as that's concerned. So, but yeah, Zibby, definitely a proponent of the item. Again, especially when we sell the puzzle boxes, the parasite and everything, and there was that whole case, but again, this is the first time I've seen it on him that isn't involving something like that, so... But we'll see how it pays off for us. As you said, about 12 minutes. So, I mean, he got it around 20 minutes, I want to say, if not just after the... But, yeah, so around 32 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that. We can mention if he's died or not before then. But Valkyrie, they're invis right here. Riftwalker going to be spotted. She put down a ward of sight. They know they're here, but they're jigging around. There's the arrow, though, connects. And Riftwalker doesn't survive much longer after that.
Yeah. I think one of the weaknesses that Trees has as a team is I was actually streaming a day last week, and I talked so much about this. But they don't control the enemy jungle very well. They're not a team that will try to establish control and strangle the other team to death. They will just give them their side of the map, and they'll just try to gank them constantly. And against those kinds of teams, I think the Alchemist Bones is even more effective. Because if you play safe, if you just stick to your own side of the map, you should be fairly safe, and it should be able to work out very well. And I think one of the key ways of beating Tree is to just outgreed them, because they like to go late game. They have Balthazar, who generally hits really high GPMs, and those kind of players just like to get their items before they go fight. So I think Alchemist Bones, when I think about it, makes even more sense in this game, simply because it's against Tree. So I don't know if Ziba thought about it, but it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I guess though that we've treated, obviously I know you talked. I remember I was watching a bit of your stream that you talking loads and loads about sort of controlling the jungle, but we've treated like they like to go for these aggressive sort of plays and look for pickoffs, for example. And if they control the enemy jungle though, like they won't have the ability to find these ganks, because if they control the jungle well, Mint are going to be stuck in their base and they're not going to try and go for aggressive plays, YOLOing into the base, I guess. But yeah, I guess it's
but you're not getting any gold.
No, they just put the rev ward down, so they're going to spot this Valkyrie prison. They know they're here, but Draconis is still just attacking the tower, doesn't really care. There comes the Dust Kraken, though. He opens with the shrunken head. Glacius going to be picked off right off the bat, it looks like, with this Kraken, and pulls in Magnus. His eruption does basically nothing. They lock down Puppet Master, though. That's the target they want. That's the target they'll get. Will it be enough? No, it won't. He barely stays alive. Turns around. He will fall at the end, but stays alive long enough for some good damage. Curse doing some work right there. And a 4-for-1 exchange. They lose Puppet, but they get nearly everyone in the opposition. Magnus is still here. He has a TP in 3 seconds. Another portal key coming up. I mean, they probably know he's in the vicinity, but I think he's going to be fine in the end. But yeah, that was an intense fight, big. Man.
That Magnus Eruption did absolutely nothing because he stopped the portal key by sort of cracking him, I think got him in his ult. So really big, and they did kill the Puppet Master, you said, but that Magnus Eruption did absolutely nothing, unfortunately, because the Eruption went on to a shrunken-headed Kraken, so 0 damage done in the team fight.
I was surprised Puppet Master lived as long as he did, but again, Accursed coming through right there with the cauterizing on the shield as well.
For sure. I mean, Accursed has had really good impact in this game. It's a pick that's really paid off for Tree. But as Minimag had said, that Magnus ulti doing nothing is like key teamfight winner for them there. I don't know, I feel like Kraken never gets like any recognition, and he does like so many like weird and like funky plays that sometimes just go to hell and sometimes just work out. And that was like one of those times he just like charges in, doesn't care, and he manages to basically win in the fight by canceling the mag blink. So huge by him in my opinion.
Yeah, no, canceling that eruption was a big part of the success in that fight, no doubt. So what do you think also though about Draconis' build? Now, I made the point it's like Nullstone into Shrunken Head, and actually, he's running into a trap right here. He has no clue. He still has no clue. That's Valkyrie. But it misses the charge! Because of the Dragon Breath.
That was insane, man.
Oh no, wow, that's gotta hurt, man. He's like,
I think that one's on me though. I just said he made a good play.
That's true. That's true. You know what? He's like, now I gotta fail.
Sorry, boys. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate. I was like, they're gonna be seeing. Wait, no, that was Valkyrie Prison, so they're good. But then the Dragon's Flame and screwed everything up. Okay, anyways, going back to Draconis, so he chooses to go the Firebrand, though, instead of the Shrunken Head, so more of an offensive farming build. Yeah, I mean, hindsight now, sure, but what do you think of that? Was that the better choice here?
I don't really like the Shrunken Head to start with. I think he needed to go Savage Base, because they just simply need damage for the Chronosphere. We noticed in the last fight that they, as soon as the Magma Assault wasn't there, they were lacking damage hardcore. So I would like to see him go Savage Base, but he goes for Firebrand, which is kind of like an in-between item. It's decent survivability through the movement speed. It's a good share of attack speed, which makes him deal more magic damage because of his passive. But I think the physical damage is what he needed here, and I don't think Firebrand was the right item choice.
Anything, Mini?
Yeah, I agree as well, but slightly different reasons as well. Like I like the Firebrand. The reason being is because it gives him a bit more farming presence. Like we said, he needs to go late game. Shrunken Head is not going to help him farm. Savage Mace would have helped him farm, obviously, as well as the team fights, and Geos helps him to sort of farm as well as split push as well, and farm as well. I think Savage or Geos would have been fine. Maybe Savage, maybe a little bit better in team fights, as Insania says.
Oh.
If they manage to stay split, it makes a lot of sense. I think it's a great item this game, but it's just based off of how this game has gone and what it's looking like. Now they've lost all their outer towers. When you've lost all your outer towers, it gets kind of hard to split push. It means fairly soon, at least, we're going to have to fight. And you want to start picking up those fight items. And Puppet Master, he basically got everything he wants to get before a Shrunken. So his next item should be Shrunken Head, and Shrunken Head, 99% of the time, when it's finished up, you want to go take a fight. So I'm not quite sure he's going to get value out of this Geometry Spain, but I mean, it is possible. Like, it could be the right item. It just depends on how well they manage to play with it.
Yeah.
But like big baits with the illusions. Kraken, charge him back. Next level.
Look at the top lane.
Oh, well,
Magnus.
I mean, Kraken will miss the illusion and catch the real hero, probably. But
That's true. That's how it works. Okay, so Puppet Master, he's not seen. Oh, yeah, he's going to open. This time he will not let him portal key away. Is it going to be enough damage? Oh, man. Yes, it is. That shows you, man, just how much damage you can put out with that Voodoo Puppet. Using the Hellflower to take care of business initially. Middle lane in the meantime, actually, Foxy getting caught out right here. He does kill Glacius, however. Gonna come at a cost there as he does fall.
Not worth.
big kill. Big kill. They have 60 seconds now, though. I would like to see... This is something I've probably never seen Tree do really well. But abuse the fact that there is no Chronosphere for 60 seconds and just go straight ahead and push. Like, right now, if I'm Fuzin, I'm like, okay, guys, as soon as Boxy's respawn, we're going to be in mid, pushed up, ready to go high ground. And just go. Just do damage to the base tower, because it's going to be hard for them to get base damage done. So if they can get any damage right now, they should try to go for it.
Chronosphere, this is going to be down for 80 seconds here.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you think Tree needs to take Congo before they can go high ground, even though they've got Shrunken Head and Kraken and all?
Unless
Like,
they
so-
time their push as well. Yeah. It's going to be hard. Like, they don't really have a good uphill hitting hero, because, you know, Puppet kind of wants to sit back and wait for someone like Kronos or Draconis to go in, so he can just lock them down and kill them. So if he's standing in the front line and gets caught, that's not really going to work out. And Kraken doesn't really do any damage to towers, because the splash isn't working, and he doesn't have souls. Well, he does, but still doesn't really do any damage. And then there's Valkyrie. Decent sieging hero, but I'm not quite sure she does enough damage to really force mint heroes back into base. They can just stay split and just use their supports really to counter push the creep waves.
Yep.
Valkyrie with that Nullfire Blade, yeah. Level 2 Nullfire Blade here now. Picked up for her. Oh, pops a Valkyrie Prism. Were there any... No, there weren't any Ward of Sights nearby, so this is actually up, but they're going to run right over Rev Ward. So, not going to really...
It doesn't spot her, though.
Huh?
That's like right outside the range again. It has really little vision range. Oh!
Okay. Yeah, going to hit the arrow, though, on a Draconis. Cracking the double tablet.
That's nice.
Threw it off right there. Yeah, good team support coming out.
I think
This
Mint
should be
might
a play
able-
for Mint, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Mint can actually sort of try and take this, though.
Look at this counterplay with the Veiled Rot. They're trying to set up now. If they catch right here, this would be absolutely huge. They know release Kraken's down, of course, as well as Prism.
Ooh.
Kronos going in. He's going right into Valkyrie. Runs right into Valkyrie. Opens up with a bash and leaps away. Never mind. So much potential.
He actually clicked his ulti there. But he didn't use it. He canceled
Kronos, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Glacius,
Thought about it.
gee.
Glacius going really ballsy.
Can you look?
He's like, I got a
I think-
workplace.
I think as long as everyone's got he's up and everyone's on a fair fight, I think Mint can contest Conga as well. Though they've got great Conga sort of fighting heroes. Magnus, Riftwalker, as well as Kronos, or even Draconis to an extent is really strong in a sort of chokehold what Conga provides. So I think Tree will need to pick up before they can take any kind of objective right now.
The counter Veiled Rot once again. Just back and forth here. It seems like we're in that phase of the game now. But,
wait, are you telling me Tree are using Veiled Rods?
They sure are. They find Draconis, and here's the opening. Curse grounds on. That's going to do a lot of damage. I think he's going to end up dropping. He's going to try to put out damage. No, he's not. Down goes Draconis. In comes the Wormhole. It hits Puppet Master. He hasn't shrunken it up, though. He's going to be fine. Draconis is not buying back, by the way, as he is no goal currently. Kronos gets taken out. Kronos not doing much. And Tree, the Veiled Rot. This time it does come through big time. 3-0 going down. And now let's see where they go. Well, they go Kongor on the uphill. They're going to go uphill. I mean, Draconis, again, does not have a buyback. Riftwalker, I don't think... Okay, she does. She uses it right there.
I don't think they have catch without Kronos always, so even if he pulled back, it wouldn't be too bad. So they can pressure high ground now.
Yeah, no, the right decision. Just for reference sake, though, they used the Veiled Rod, but they didn't pass through any Hellborn wards. So they would have gotten that exact same gank off even without her, if they would have just dared to go for the same thing.
Yeah?
Just putting it out there.
Okay,
so
that's true.
it was kind of wasted goals.
But they didn't know that.
They didn't know that. That's true.
There's the pick on a Riftwalker again, by the way. So yeah, this onslaught going uphill.
Probably game now.
That's
yeah,
I don't think they're going to concede, but
no, they won't concede. But I'm pretty sure that's game though right now.
How dare you?
Like because now Mint have such a hard time splitting lanes because middle rack has pushed in, so they get kind of a lot better control now of Congo, which it looks like they're going to try and do now.
Yeah, especially if they get Conger here, this is going to be huge guy. They're not going to go for it though. They're not going to risk that.
It's still risky, yeah, but no, I really, although like Vincent is right, although the Veiled Rot technically was actually pointless because they didn't go for any Hellborn wards. I still like the play though. The reason being is because if Mint can sort of set up to try and take a team fight, i.e. if they were setting up like Congo or setting up by their base, then your Mint have the better chance to initiate with all their AoE. But if Tree set them up or go for a YOLO play like that, then they can catch Mint off guard, and in the meantime Labyrinth gets picked off.
That's got to be frustrating. Magnus like literally hugging his base, and all of a sudden Puppet Master appears on top of him and picks him off. So yeah, just good roam by Baltazar there. Finds him, gets the kill, and into Congar we go. So Magnus has a buyback. This is that crucial decision. They got a courier scouting it out. They know it's definitely happening. Are they going to try to defend? It doesn't look like it.
I don't think they should. Right now, if you're Mint, it's all about the base. You gotta defend it, and should not contest Congo.
Yeah. All about the base, and that's what they'll worry about there. So, porting back though does Tree again. They got some more bigger and better items coming out for them. There's a shrunken head on Kronos.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I talked about like the Geometer's Bane even on is wrong. Like he went Geometer's Bane. 2 minutes later, they took a fight, wiped, and now they're 14,000 gold behind. And now Kronos is going for Shrunken Head. Not going to do anything. They're not outputting enough damage right now. And
where's the dupes?
Something. Yeah, they need damage. But something I hate more than anything is when I see this item combination: Nullstone, Shrunken Head, Geometer's Bane. This is like any hero that goes those items basically gets like plus 40 damage for 15,000 gold or something. Like, it's really, really bad. Guys, please stop buying those 3 items together when you're not playing against us in sync. Then you can buy it as much as you want. It's just...
Yeah, all 3 of those are defensive items, if you think about it logically. Like, so.
Yeah.
Like, Nullstone gives you 20 damage. Geometer's Bane gives you 26 if you're an agility hero. And Shrunken Head gives you, like, 70 damage. Like, that is nothing for the amount of gold that you're spending. Literally, just Savage Mace does more damage on all those 3 items.
Uh-oh. They're coming in right here.
Draconis, rest in peace.
Draconis, he's in trouble once again. Release Kraken right on top. Here we go. Valkyrie Prince are going to pop right off the bat. Chrono Spirit only hits Voodoo Chester. Magnus, he's channeling that eruption, and where will he get? Oh, he misses the stun. No, he had to Shrunken Head up anyways, and that's going to mitigate all that damage. Puppet Master puts the Voodoo Puppet, and down goes Draconis. Right after GG being called by Zibe. That's going to be it. GG well played.
Boys.
Willowkeeper moving on to the next round over Mint right here as they take the series 2-1. So, yeah, it seems like Mint maybe their decision making across the board, from just the idea of how they wanted to lane it to Perhaps some item choices not necessarily the best there. But Tree playing well themselves and deserving another victory here. And staying alive, going to be a top 4 team going into the next weekend here as a result of this. So, Minnie, we'll start with you. Final thoughts on this series here as a whole, even?
Yeah, first of all, I really like the draft coming out from Tree, the Accursed Valkyrie lane, doing quite a lot of work on, let's say, put it simply. Perhaps maybe a draft issue again, as Insania sort of pointed out, maybe Draconis just wasn't offering. I think like the biggest thing is that they had somewhat of a greedy draft with Cronus and Draconis, but they didn't get to a point where they were able to really hit their peak in terms of like late game items. Cronus ended the game with Shrunken plus Alchemist Bones, and Draconis had Nullstone, Geometer's Bane, and a Mighty Blade, and like that's just not obviously the peak of where they need to be. If they could delay the game, then it would have worked out well, but unfortunately, they pushed their advantage and ended up taking the win.
And Insania, what about you?
I gotta first of all say I'm surprised Draconis didn't win the game. I can't believe it. I'm in complete shock. No, but Tree played really well. I feel like, for me at least, and I maybe haven't watched enough Tree games, but I feel like Fusion's really stepped up his game. He performed really, really well today, and both him and Root of Z, I feel they were the two players that were just like playing really well and controlling the game. You could really notice these two players. This was games that, in my opinion, were won by the supports. They just won the early game, and their cores just farmed. They farmed, and then they hit the item point where they could just win. So, I think MVPs of this series was definitely Root of Z and Fusion, and I was honestly impressed.
Totally agree.
All right. Now, well, actually, they are in Game 3 of the other series, so I think we might as well jump into that. It looks like Nullstone's in a pretty significant spot right here. But if you guys
is this Game 3?
It is Game 3, yeah. It is the final game here, so let's might as well just jump into this one. Again, it seems like Nullstone actually has a pretty significant lead here.
What you got isn't in the game. Is it just finished?
He's not in the game, actually. And I noticed that, too. He's actually, I guess he's sitting out tonight. Yeah, he totally
Must
got
be
kicked.
Yeah.
No, he's not playing, though. I guess, maybe he just wasn't able to make it earlier, and so altogether, but... Anyways, I'm jumping into the game now, and as I do, yeah, they're already pushing into the base. They have a significant lead here. So I think it's safe to say Nullstone's on their way to a victory even.
I'm not so convinced. I really like this draft from Ogre, to be honest.
Yeah.
It screams stay green to me. I don't know if you agree, Breaky, but like Warby's tag, you can never count that out. With a Tempest on top and a Prisoner, I feel like they have a really strong lineup. The only concern is that they have
Porky Tempest, you never know. Oh.
With a Prisoner, hello?
Oh.
It's possible.
But, yeah, no, Dampier Nymph also. This feels old school to me, the entire lineup.
It does,
Is
yeah.
this going to be a kill?
It's, in Prisoner's trying, man. He throws the hook, misses the first one. Cthulhu Font, he has the portal key. No, Shackle comes out, but now Kraken goes in on a Prisoner. Remember, Tempest does have that portal key as we're talking about. Are we going to see it? No, he jumped in. And he got speared immediately. Oh, that was brutal timing.
They're probably in games right now, unfortunately, after that.
Well, he tried.
Why didn't they defend the base, Breaky? That's what they need.
You know, speaking of old school, Horsebell is actually Nox, by the way. We pointed that out, how he's playing for Shrek is Love here for this cycle, and, playing that Wretched Hag, but...
I think the reason why Insania loved this draft is because he's really told Clubmark to pick these 5 heroes.
No, I actually have not. Like, this is not under influence of me.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of like the ways he thinks and stuff is probably influenced by myself. But he doesn't. When you're friends with someone, it's like they don't care that you're winning everything. He's like, no, you're wrong, and he just like does not care. Like a lot of the time, I've tried to tell him stuff, and he's like, no, I'm gonna talk. You're stupid. Like you don't know shit. So no. This is definitely his own thing.
All right. Well.
But yeah, no. Man, if more teams are just all about that base, they do better. There's no reason to chase there.
Yeah,
Pay it passes.
They wanted to, and clearly it did not work out. I mean, another 5,000 gold on Beaverbinger playing that Dampier. So, speaking of the old school play in a sense, yeah, Dampier definitely know what he can do, especially with that Nymphora teammate that he has here. And he's going to have his next year there. It's Geometer's Bane, apparently. Is what it chooses. Hell, even the Cthulhu Font's got the portal key and actually just got a puzzle box picked up now. Yeah, overall, just so much farm here on this Legion side. So, again, jumping into this one a little bit later on, but could possibly be seeing a finish sooner than later if things happen the way we expected. But with that said, it goes back to, Tempest has that portal key and has the ulti potential. And you got a Warbeast and a Hag who are both, well, doing all right, I guess. At least Hag is. Not so much Warbeast. He's struggling down there.
Is all of Ogre like Swedish in Sania?
Yeah, they're actually they're gonna. I don't know if you can call it a boot camp, but they're gonna 5-man LAN for the entirety of next week, and
that's cool.
They're gonna take the TIE
practice.
qualifiers really seriously. Yeah, no, I said they're gonna be top 2, if you remember.
That's right.
You did, yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember.
And
I thought you were trolling.
They're gonna put in the work. No, they're gonna put in the work. So I still believe in it, even though they might not look very strong right now. I think, yeah, I don't know. Practice makes perfect. I truly believe that. So, Dampier,
yeah,
no follow up though.
Yeah, he does have the token for 15 more seconds, so that could have been bad timing as well if they try to burst him down. But it is going to be wearing off right here, but yeah, they're still pretty confident about pushing this in, it looks like. But he does need to be a little careful, because again, the token is going to be wearing off here, so last thing you want to do is die right as it does. That would be pretty awkward for them, but looks like he's going to be fine. Look at the Veiled Rot in the background of Tempest. He's trying to make sure that he's not seen right here, and has that possible opening. Magnus in a pretty good spot himself to possibly initiate if he gets the chance, which I'm sure it could come up here if they look to initiate. Warbeast not doing a whole lot here, unfortunately. I mean, sure he has the battle cry, but other than that, he can't really bring too much to the table at this point yet. Not even having his ulti form for the time being. And they'll get the tower kill. Again, the bottom lane is slowly being pushed in by that creep wave. So Nullstone really playing this pretty well right here. Double damage here, by the way. Uh-oh. Pulled in. Okay, where's the follow-up? Pops a Geometer's Pain, kills on a Prisoner. Prisoner melts shortly after Magnus jumps in. Warby's going to be caught as well. Tempest, he's still alive. He has an ultimate ready to go. He jumps in. He pops it right there. He catches a couple. It's diving for Dampier. They kill 2. But they don't kill Dampier, and that's the target you need to kill. Safe to say. So he kind of tears through them. Now, he is in a little bit of trouble. Nifor is still here. Dampier, though, again, he has a lot of that lifesteal, so never think you have the kill. There's a terrorize. There's a flight. Exactly. He lifesteals it up. Gets 1 kill. He has his ultimate coming out. He has the ultimate. Here's another kill. Oh, jeez. Quad kill. Oh, he's thinking about it.
Oh, he's such a man down, baby.
Man down. From
nah, he got his blink canceled, dude. He's American. He would have gone for it.
Yeah, that's true.
He's American. He would have gone for it.
All right. Well.
What do you mean? Americans are men, man. They always man up. They don't back down. They doesn't afraid.
Yeah. Afraid. Don't escape, he says, but well, he is going to with the Geometer's Pain. Flies in, takes out Glacius, going for Warbeast now. Again, the lifesteal, you just cannot underestimate it, especially with the abilities. He has his ultimate. He's going to use it right there. Heals up a little bit. He's just non-stop. He's just a train, man. Oh boy, Rift Shards Magnus. That's when you know it's over.
Really important. That's a really good pickup actually right there.
Brilliant. All right, well there we go. So we jumped into that one, and yeah, as kind of expected. That's why I wanted to jump into it real quickly because it seemed like it was at that point too, just to make sure. But Nullstone does take care of business there, and that means they're moving on. So congratulations to both of those teams as far as advancing on. Want to make this pretty quick here. We got something coming up here around the corner. So. As far as closing things out. So, Insania, well, thanks for joining us. Since we have you on, like we brought up yesterday, for this flash sales that we're doing, we have an interview guest on, and, they then pick an avatar that they like to then we'd put on a flash sale. So, do you have an avatar in mind by chance?
Ooh, does this include, like, early access?
Not early access. It has to be in the store. And eligible.
It has to be in the store. Okay. Can you? Oof. So many good ones.
We'll go to Mini.
I don't know which one to choose.
Well, I'll ask Mini first to wrap up and any final words from it. So we'll do that first. So Mini, final words from you. Or
sorry, of this game or
the
just
game in general for today and the weekend.
Yeah, well, obviously it was. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been some good games actually, really some good series. In that game in particular, BB Bang had 209 APM, clearly showing how important that is in style of skill. Just really enjoy. I can't wait for next week as well. It's when it gets a lot more serious as well in terms of standings overall. And we've mentioned it already, Break, haven't we, about the standings and the seeding. And I'd actually like to get Insane's opinion actually of the playoffs. I mean, I know at the end of the day that if you're in the playoffs, you have to beat everyone practically if you want to have a spot to Thailand. But I am a firm believer in if you have the better seeding at start, then obviously you can get the easy games out the way. Calm your nerves, get a little bit more practice before you have to face the bigger teams at the later end of the bracket. And that's all where seeding comes in. What's your thoughts, Insane, just on that in particular?
I think seeding is very important because it gives you confidence.
Good.
Like you win
that's what I was
10 games and then you're in the finals. You're like, dude, we're destroying this shit. This is easy. And then you go into the finals with a lot of confidence and you're going to play well. However, if you've had a really tough road, every game's been a struggle. You're not going to go have the same thing. So yeah, seeding is definitely important.
Cool.
But
I thought so.
at the end of the day, yeah.
Just making sure. I mean, I know some people. Exactly, yeah. I mean, I just wonder what some people. I'm a firm believer on that as well. But so that's why I think. So next week, in particular, to me, a big deal. Obviously, BMG are still in it, right? No, they got knocked out. She didn't buy.
No, they're done.
So
they're in gold, buddy.
They're back in gold, which not really is a thing, because last cycle, so not the biggest deal.
Yeah. So then you've got Tree, Null, Sync. Is that the only 3 teams left in Diamond now?
Reason.
Oh yeah, Reason.
Come on now.
It's the top 4, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
this feels like it's been the consistent top 4.
It
the
has
last
been,
2-3 cycles at least.
These 4 teams, definitely.
But so seeding next week is going to be really impactful. So can't wait for that.
Very true. All right, and with that said, again, so sending it back to you. Well, first off, do you have that avatar in mind by chance?
I'm gonna go with Parrot Zephyr, dude. That skin is like
Parrot
by far
Zephyr.
one of my favorites. Yeah,
I thought you
I think it's super underused.
Is that's from the Ninjas versus Pirates, right?
Yeah.
So that's that one. Okay, cool. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. Because of this guy, because of Insania, that's going to be on a flash sale here shortly. So
I can't believe I don't
Paint
even get
more
one of those. Damn.
nope, not for you. Anyways,
Female Pyro.
or female.
Pyro.
We had female pyro get a bloodlust yesterday. That
Pog
was kinda
Scout,
weird.
man. Pog Scout. Freaking sick.
Anyways, what about you, Insania? As far as in general, any final words from you? Thanks again, by the way, for joining us here.
Oh, it's always fun to be here. Yeah, I suppose I have to give a shout out to Cooler Master. Guys, check out the webpage, www.coolermaster.com, I think is the page. They do cool things. Buy some other stuff. Use Slap's name to get a discount.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my team. They managed to win without me. I'm super proud.
Yeah.
Penny, big thanks for ringing this weekend. We don't really get a lot of time off, I suppose, in weekends when we actually have games. So it was nice to be able to do something else. And that's basically it.
All right.
Super proud or super surprised that they won?
Little bit of both.
A little bit
no,
of both.
but dude, I'm proud, man.
Of course.
My
As
team's
he
great.
should be. In the semifinals or in the winter bracket finals. So setting up for next weekend. Anyways, guys. Okay, so there we go.